Okay, the metering CT is designed to operate up to full load current. The graph between the current and flux in a metering CT is given as this will be like this, and this is called ankle point, and this is your full load current. Okay, and this zone is linear section or linear zone, linear region. And after this this is your knee point, and after that it has to be saturated, because my intention is to measure up to full load current only, and after that my transformer core should saturate. Even though there is a fault current flowing, I should not measure that fault current because it is not required for me. So here one important point is here, measuring CT is always designed to operate at knee point only. Measuring CT is always designed at knee point. Important bit asked in the competitive examination. Measuring CT is always designed to operate at knee point. Okay, and similarly for protection CT has to measure protection CT has to measure the full load current. After the full load current also it has to measure, and up to the fault current. So it should accurate, or it should measure after the full load current. And the protection CT requires more volume of the core than the CT, because while coming to the protection, sometimes you need to measure the full load current also, fault current also. That means after the full load current, what we discussed in the metering CT, for example, the full load current means the secondary side of the meter will be 5 ampere. After this, beyond the 5 ampere, my transformer core should saturate. That's what the meaning in the metering CT. But whereas if you are required to measure the fault current up to 50 amperes, so it is not possible to measure after the transformer core getting saturation. So therefore the transformer core should not saturate after the full load current. It should measure the fault current. So the transformer core should not saturate after the full load current. That means you required more volume of the transformer core, because if you are using the same value of the transformer core, this will also saturate after or beyond the full load current. So that's the reason why the protection CT is having more value. The protection CT requires more transformer core volume compared to metering CT. This is also one competitive bit asked in the examinations. The protection CT requires more volume of core compared to metering CT. Metering CT means what? Just to use it for measuring purpose. Protection CT means used for relay purpose, relay operating coil purpose. That's the main difference. Okay, right. Another concept related to operating force and restraining force. Operating force and restraining force. The simple concept I will explain here. If you want to open a door, what you will do, you will just push in your required direction. That is your operating force. If you are not able to open the door, means the restraining force of the door is more. if operating force, that means your force and the restraining force of the door is same, you cannot open the door. If your operating force, that means whatever the force you are applying to open the door is more than the restraining force of the door because of certain mechanical condition, that means because of some friction or something like that. If the operating force which is applied by you is more than the door's restraining force, then the door will be opened. And if the operating force is less than the restraining force, that means door will not be open. It will not open. And what is the difference between this and this? As long as your force is less than this restraining force, you cannot open the door. That's it. This is the final thing. As long as if your applied force is more than the restraining force of this door, the door will be opened. And operating force is equal to restraining force means, what is that meaning? Either door may open or door will not open. That means it is at the verge of either opening or closing. Okay, so operating force is equal to restraining force means if your force is more than this restraining force, door may open. If your force is less than the restraining force, door will not be opened. That means it is at the verge of the opening or closing. So similar fashion operating force and restraining force of the relay. Okay, so based on this force you will be operating the relays. Okay, so here we have discussed the door, then in the relay we have to discuss the plunger, what we have shown in the figure earlier. So relay operating coil will be like this, and this is the plunger, and these are the contacts just now we have seen, and these are the contacts and stopped by the backstop. Okay, this is the operating force and this is the restraining force, right? And operating force is directly proportional to flux into current. Okay, that means the flux value is equal to ampere turns divided by reluctance. That means flux is directly proportional to I. Substitute in this operating force, what you will be having? Operating force is directly proportional to I square. What is this I? So if I want to remove my proportionality constant, F is equal to K into I square. I can technically write this I as, this is my operating force. Operating force is equal to K into I. What is that I? Pickup current. This is called your operating force. Then what is the restraining force? Same formula only, but here restraining force will be fixed. That much force that can withstand. The restraining force is fixed, but your operating force may be varied depending upon your applied force. Okay, so restraining force also same thing, right? Now we are having three cases. First one, during the fault condition. That means during fault condition, relay must operate, right? So relay must operate. That's what our purpose, to maintain the relay. Therefore your restraining force is equal to K into I pickup square, which is fixed for the plunger, right? But your operating force, which is equal to K1 into, because of the fault, the pickup current will be more than the regular value. That's what we have discussed in the first class. Pickup current or threshold current, initiating current. So because of the fault, this pickup current will be more than the regular pickup current because of the fault. Therefore, your operating force is more than the restraining force, and the resultant force will be F is equal to F operating minus F restraining. This will be positive because operating force is more than the restraining force. Therefore, the resultant force will be positive. That means relay operates. F is equal to positive means relay operates. This is the during fault condition. And under the threshold condition. What do you mean by threshold condition? Under threshold condition. Under threshold condition means restraining force is equal to K into pickup current, that we know, and operating current is also same thing, pickup current whole square. Both are at a wedge of the operation. So the resultant force is equal to operating force minus restraining force, which will be 0. So then relay is at a wedge of operation. That's what we have discussed just now. Relay is at the wedge of operation. Neither operates nor at the wedge of operation. It may operate or it may not, depending upon the fault current or a pickup current. The third and last one is if I is less than the pickup current. That's what the meaning, right? So if the current is more than the pickup current, relay will be operating. That means this is a fault current. If I pickup current is equal to normal value, then relay is at wedge of the operation. If I is less than the pickup current, that means very simple. For example, if I set pickup current is 10 amperes, that means this is, I am saying to the relay, I am telling to the relay that whenever there is a 10 ampere current is flowing through the equipment, you must operate. So if operating current is 12 amperes, that means if operating force is more than the restraining force, relay operates. If operating force is equal to restraining force, relay is at wedge of operation. If operating force is less than the pickup or a restraining force, that means under normal condition. This comes under normal condition, regular or a stable condition, normal condition. What we know here, F restraining force is equal to K into I pickup square, and F operating is K into less than the pickup current, I less than the pickup current whole square. Therefore, F operating is less than F restraining, and total force is equal to F operating minus F restraining, which is a negative value. Relay will not operate. Relay will not operate. So these are the conclusions, right? So during normal operation, the operating force is less than the restraining force, and the plunger moves in opposite direction to avoid the relay circuit, which is provided with a backstop, right? And then position of the backstop is adjustable as per your adjustment. So if your relay wants to operate in a quick manner, then the backstop should be provided nearer to the plunger. Otherwise, if you want to allow certain surges, okay, then the backstop should be arranged quite long distance to the plunger. So by adjusting that backstop piston, that backstop position, the operating time of the relay can be controlled. So you are making it into depending upon your choice. Okay, so that's how the relay will be working.